Greetings and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Outpost. Right, so let's get some more residentials going. Because we are running out of space to house the people. Alright, that should be fine. Also, I didn't check all the other labs. Alright, you're not doing anything. What have you done? Alright, let's get... yeah, pharmacology is fine. Make sure that people don't die anymore from unnecessary reasons. You're still studying agriculture. Right, mathematics, no, that's done. Computer sciences, we have finished the AI managers, the AI personality problems. Finally! We have the required research to build these things. Alright, Repairbots, that's what I need. So now we have the electrical engineering and robotics too. And stop that. Computer sciences, artificial intelligence, robotics. Let's go with humanoid workers as well. Let's just get all of this, like 3 out of the way. Right, humanoid workers. And moving down, theoretical physics. Space probe intelligence. Alright, that's all going fine. Alright, these factories have finished. Alright, let's make beach balls in this one. And bowling shoes in this one. For all your B items, go to the commercial store, where you can find everything you desire. Because we tell you to.
Bold new discovery.
Well, this is certainly keeping me busy. With the labs. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we have some that are not doing anything. A hot lab and an underground laboratory. Let's see, plant biology. Oh, agriculture finally finished. Medicine is still studying. Right. Exobiology, the study of plants on other planets. I think that also gives a boost to my agrodomes, but I don't think I need that right now. Instead, let's go for immunology. Because I kinda want to make sure that I don't die from any alien viruses. Alright, so we have new food source, no AI problems, suspended animation. No idea where that comes from, because all of the studies are starting to blend together a little bit. I can guess some of them, but I have no idea which ones are actually part of this. Alright, 400 people? How am I feeding those? Well, apparently I am actually not. We have a news brief. The rebels surrendered to Leo. An influx of former rebel colonists is placing a strain on local resources, yeah, I'll say. The rebel leader abandoned their colony today and met with Leo for a brief ceremony, during which the symbolic key to the rebel city was surrendered to Leo. The rebel leader admitted that he was wrong and apologized for his foolhardy actions. Leo graciously responded by calling the rebels traitorous miscreants who are lucky to be alive. Colonist opinion is, as usual, split over this new development, with at least half the people believing this is some kind of rebel trick. With our leader, when asked if we would bulldoze the rebel colony or assume control of it, Leo said, "I have absolutely no idea. Leave me alone." That doesn't really sound like leadership to me. But luckily we just have enough housing. But yeah, we now have control over the rebel colony, and what a boondoggle it is! Because it has absolutely none of the amenities we need. I think. Because at the moment... I don't think it really has anything, really. Yeah, there's nothing in the warehouses. Right, so this is a summary of the rebel colony. 3 agridomes with nothing growing, 1 luxury factory with nothing showing, 7 residential structures with nobody in it, and 3 power generations which really don't do anything at the moment because nobody lives at the rebel colony anymore. Which means I can't do anything. Does this base even have a robot control center? There's not even any ore in storage here. It doesn't even have storage tanks. This base is absolutely useless. Now, I could assign AI to the colony. It effectively will automate some of the production of buildings and all that, although I don't really feel that the AI really places things efficiently. It's just a means of taking care of some of the tedium, because as you may have noticed, my colony has been growing explosively. Quite literally explosively. And that's getting a little bit hard to manage. Now, the AIs can take over some of this burden. I can tell it which place to assign to. That's fine. And then I can tell it to focus on a particular structure of building. Like agricultural center, bedroom community and all that. And for the most part, they do an acceptable job. Not a great job, but acceptable. Alright, let's see. 10 robots here. Just a lot of trucks. And you're still producing diggers. There's 8 robots here. Most of which not important. 6 robots here. They're just diggers and dozers. That's fine, actually. And we are producing a small surplus of the items that the people need. Alright, let's go with feature naming. Name the colony. The rebels. Alright. Let's focus instead on the colony where we live. The Haven colony, which indeed has now become a haven. And let's produce... Alright, this is the final version of the agrodome, I think. Let's build both of them, huh? I mean, I think we have plenty of people. Alright, so now it's just a race to get to where we need to be. Right. So the spew is still working at full operation. But I'm gonna build another spew anyway. Because it looks a little bit more efficient. And let's build another hot lab. Just because I want one. Alright. And let's get some more room for my storage tanks. Despite them looking a little bit more advanced, they don't have any more space. Which is kind of... well, I would have preferred they had actually a little bit more space in them. Just so there would be a reason to advance in technology. Ah, well. For now, this will do. So now I really don't have to worry too much more about losing my entire population, although admittedly my population is still relatively small. I will never get a colony up to billions of people. Because for one thing, you'd have to make it monstrously big. Which I'm not gonna do. And it's also not necessary. It would be nice for the biodiversity of the population, but it's not necessary. For my purposes, at the very least. Right. Yeah, I did assign you. And right now... still have plenty of stuff coming in. And we are still producing enough luxury goods. The morale should remain high. Though I'll probably want to make sure that I have enough housing as is. More residential. That will do. Alright, laboratory report. Is there anyone not active? In Haven, yeah, just the hot labs. One of them is not yet finished building. And the other is not currently able to go up further because it doesn't have the requisite technology yet. Physics requires that I study the theoretical physics. Let's see. Which is almost done. Alright, so let's start doing a couple of turns. Yeah, nothing much has changed. We are creating food again. We have plenty of power still. People still love me. We have enough space to live. And people are unemployed. Alright, let's set up some more dozers and diggers. Because I will want to expand somewhat soonish. Come on. And eventually this will run out, because I will dig into terrain that I cannot go beyond.
There is no help available on that topic. You're on your own.
We'll just get across impassable terrain. It isn't very useful. And that's fine. Right, this mine is 1 level deep. And luckily I have enough robo-miners still active. But if I didn't keep on that, I would have had some problems. Not entirely sure what the point is of this diplomacy option. I think at some point they had planned a multiplayer version of this. Not entirely sure how they thought that was gonna work. I suppose there is potential for it, but yeah, well, there is not much interaction going on. I mean, it's not like I can send robots over to the enemy camp and bulldoze their buildings, let alone attack them in any real way with guns or that, because there's not really any guns on this planet yet. Alright, so we have some empty storage tanks. It's fine for now, it's just nice to have the overhead. And let's set up a warehouse.
The people.
Thank you. Yep. They are still complaining that I am not doing what I should be doing. Right, so in Haven we have an underground lab that's not doing anything. Would be kinda nice that if it told me what it was that I had just researched. Right, so it's not pharmacology. We have finished that. Right, so it's not that. Computer sciences. The AI personality problems is out of the way. This is still being researched. So it's probably physics then. Yeah, we finished theoretical physics. Right, what would be the most useful thing to research? In theoretical physics. Because I have no idea what any of these things do. Let's see, I have... what is new in this? Improved laboratory? Tokamak level advance? Maybe. Alright, I have no idea what is actually improved. Let's just go with quantum mechanics. That sounds cool. Hot labs, do you have anything for me? Nope. Nanotechnology still cannot progress, and we're still studying genetics. How's that going? So let's actually go to the lab then. That's almost done. The hot lab projects do tend to take a little bit longer than other projects. But that's completely fine. After all, we're not in a real rush. At the moment, nothing much is coming our way to destroy us. Means that like Vulcan's hammer can just rise up from the earth and strike us. Well, I don't think it can. Right, so let's just go on and set up a park for the warehouses over here. Something nice and not immediately adjacent to the hot labs, just in case the hot labs decide to explode, which they can do. It has happened. But that's...
Alert! Alert! An earthquake is about to strike the colony.
Well, what do you know?
Evacuation order acknowledged. I will alert the population to move underground.
I'm actually not entirely sure that's the best idea during an earthquake. But the game says it is, so, well, I can't argue with game logic. Also, let's make sure that this is actually policed. Benevolently. So we'll only use shock sticks. Right. Am I still producing food? Yep. Alright, let's start planning some extra expansion underground. Because the population must grow. Because these humans will not stop fornicating and enjoying it while they're doing it. I mean, the poor commander must still be in that command room with that VR helmet on. Poor man. I mean, I'm the poor man that's doing this, but still, you know, some sympathy for the man. His job can't be easy. The immaculate planning of all this. Right. Get some more residential going. And let's make sure that people stay happy. Alright, that should give me enough overhead for now. Not a lot, but enough. People are still happy. And I'm still producing enough in my luxury factories. 4 active mines. Alright, I think you just went white. So let's dig you deeper. Alright, and that's the end of this episode. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time.